Transgender women in the UK are facing new restrictions and outright bans, from participating in women's sports to using bathrooms that match their gender identity. LGBTQ+ advocacy groups now saying an April Supreme Court decision could lead to a blanket ban affecting trans people across the country. The case focused on the nation's Equality Act of 2010 on whether a trans woman with a gender recognition certificate, a legal document recognizing gender change, is protected as a woman under the Equality Act. The court said no, ruling unanimously that the law applies to biological sex only. The ruling means that even if a transgender person has legally changed their gender, they may not be treated as their identified gender under some parts of the Equality Act. The Equality and Human Rights Commission says the decision clears up legal confusion and will make it easier to enforce protections for women and gay people, especially in maintaining single-sex spaces. The EHRC released guidelines following the decision, saying they are updating their policies, but for now, a trans woman is to be considered a biological male and a trans man is a biological woman. With that being said, the Equality Rights Watchdog Group said bathrooms designated for women cannot be used by trans women. The decision has also prompted changes from companies like Barclays Bank, which will now restrict access to women's bathrooms based on biological sex. In a similar change, the Football Association announced it will ban trans women from women's football in England starting in June. The FA says although trans women were originally included, they are no longer allowed on the football field. But LGBTQ+ advocacy groups, including GLAAD and the Good Law Project, say the ruling is discriminatory. They argue it could lead to humiliation, restrictions, and safety risks for trans people in day-to-day life. The Good Law Project is now raising funds to launch a legal challenge, alleging the court failed to consider the human rights implications or hear from trans people directly affected. The nonprofit legal organization says this is no small undertaking, but for the trans community in Britain, it is literally crucial. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Kaylee Carey. Find more unbiased, straight fact reporting on SAN.com or download the Straight Arrow News mobile app.